Hi guys, this is Gene Jensen with bassresource.com. This is going to be a little quick video. It's a question that pops up on the forums quite often. It popped up again last night about how to cast a light bait or a weightless soft plastic with a bait caster. What I have here is I have a Ducket medium action rod. It's their casting rod. Got a fairly good tip. So I guess that's probably a fast, or yeah, it's about a fast tip, maybe a little bit lighter than that. But it's my choice for fishing either a fluke or a trick worm. One, because it's got the backbone it needs to be able to set the hook, and it's got enough whip in it to be able to cast these light baits. Now the trick is, or a trick that I developed over trial and error. Believe me, it was a lot more error than it was trial. But was instead of, let me see if I can back up and show you guys this. I'll just step over here. You know, when you normally cast something off of a fishing rod, you usually have, 10, 12, 15 inches of line hanging out of the end of your rod. Okay? Well, what I found out that is if you lengthen that distance to about 30 inches, about like that, it makes this technique of casting a lot easier. Okay? So, and then the second part of this technique is you're going to want to, instead of the whipping cast that you do with a jig or anything else, or the two-handed cast, you want this to be a one-handed. I got my trolling motor on 10. Flip the switch. But anyway, you want to do a one-handed cast, and instead of making it a whipping cast, you want it to be a long, drawn-out cast off to the side or over your head. But anyway, the main part of it is you want it to be kind of a smooth, long cast, just like that. Now, and your release point of your cast is just a hair earlier than you would normally. Okay, and then you have to feather it all the way through. I always have my reels set really light. The way I adjust them for this bait is just like I would any other bait. Take your drag off, or take your magnetic drag system off, or anything like that. Tighten your knob up, hit your button, and then loosen your knob until your bait just barely starts to fall. Then turn your drag back up to, or not your drag, your brake system back up to halfway, and go to casting. Now, once again, you go to 30 inches or so out of the side of your rod, and then it's just a long, drawn-out cast, and feather your line. And practice, practice, practice. You're going to have a lot of error before you get this down, but just remember your release point's just a little bit earlier. It's a long, drawn-out whip. You want that 30 inches of line to carry past your rod tip during the cast, and I promise you it'll be a lot smoother cast, and you'll get a lot more distance on these light baits, be it a fluke or a trick worm or a light crankbait, things like that. It really works. Like I always say, visit bassresource.com for the answer to all your questions about bass fishing, and have a great day.